Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to install foot lighting on your Cupra Formentor. These are the LEDs that I have. I ordered them online, but I didn't expect to be this short. So if you have a chance to buy the longer ones for the front, a little bit shorter for the back, then I would recommend to get those ones. I had them on my previous Passat GT. But for now, because I already ordered these ones online and the shipment is going to cost me more than the item itself, I'm simply going to install this. So you have 4 LEDs. These are waterproof. As you can see, they have some sort of casement. They come with the double-sided tape. I do recommend to change this with the 3M double-sided tape if you have. This is the power cord. I'm not going to install it into my socket. I'm simply going to connect it to an existing light. And this is the controller, and it has multiple colors, and it's also controlled by sound. I'm going to show you how easy it is to install this into your Cupra, because Cupra has amazing lighting, but it doesn't have much foot lighting. The cable for the front is shorter than it is for the back. So let's check the Cupra at night. Open the doors. So you have these amazing lights. I'm not gonna touch. We also have some lights right here, foot lights. They're super tiny. So when you get in as a driver, you're also gonna see the Cupra, but you're not gonna see much in there. For the passengers in the back, there's actually no foot light at all. As you can see, it's only the dome light. Let's check the front now. Again, on the passenger side, you have super tiny light, LED light. It's very dim, and the Cupra. So what I'm planning to do, install foot lights in this area. I'm also going to install it for the back seats too. Maybe you can see better now. This is the foot light. It's very dim, and there's nothing in the back. Now I want to install these. Have them like that, so they're bright enough. It's gonna look really good. You're not gonna see the LED, of course. I'm just gonna install it all the way in the back. And this is the back, no lighting. So I'm gonna have this installed here. Which is gonna be super nice. The connection is super easy. All you have to do is to disconnect these lights, and you see this wire here. You simply remove this insulation and tap into these 2 wires. Now I have to cut this power cord. I have a positive and negative, and I'm going to connect it to that wire that goes to the LED light, positive and negative. On the driver's side, get this cap off, and then there's a screw right behind it. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get to the other side of the vehicle by removing only this panel. Out. This is typical Volvo. So now I'm trying to get one of these to the other side. Make sure that these are centered, they're facing down so that you don't see the LED from inside the vehicle. If the double-sided tape doesn't stick to this plastic, you can simply take this panel off, drill some holes, and attach it with zap straps. Most likely that's what I'm going to do. A couple of screws here, I have to take this panel off, and then I'll try the double-sided tape first. Make sure you're not blocking those vents, because there are a bunch of vents here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, you can connect it to any of these two LEDs. This is the passenger side, but I'm going to connect my to the driver's side. The wire for the rear light is too short. For the driver, this is the only thing I'm going to see this way here, but I won't be able to see because the seats are so close to this central console. Then I'm going to run the wire from underneath the truck. I'm going to leave it a little loop, just enough so that I can use the chair and the truck without pulling the wire. A super tiny zap strap here just to keep the wire away from the feet. This is the farthest in the front. This is pretty much how it's going to work. The only thing that I'm gonna leave here somehow like this, just that, so I can change the colors if I want. Simply remove this wire connector because you have to have this disconnected. The LED lights, we're not going to connect this anymore, just leave them as they are, put them back, and I'm going to make my connection right here. Brown as usual is negative, and the other one that looks like a purple and white, that's going to be my positive. You don't want to cut the wires, just remove the insulation a little bit, create a loop, and get your wires through the loop.
do one at a time, because now the power is on, you still have the power, the other LED is on as long as I have the door on for I believe like 15 minutes or so. So do one at a time so you don't cause a short. And then solder, insulate, and you don't have to connect this anymore, just leave it as is. You can insulate this plug if you want to. I recommend not to remove that plug, because you never know. If you ever want to sell the car, just put it back the way it was. All I have to do is to hide the wire, secure it to existing wiring. In like 15 minutes, since I had the doors open, just close and open the door. Yeah, they work. Check the one in the back that I installed last night. That looks really good. So you have to do the other one and the other one in the front. You're not gonna be able to see the LED, that's for sure. You're only gonna see the beam. I just simply put this panel back in place. It's keeping the factory LED light. This is an airbag. You don't want to block this airbag. You don't want to glue it to it because you have those wires. Behind this airbag there is a metal plate which you want to use to attach your LED. But now the LED is facing back, so what I have to do, I have to glue first an L-shaped bracket, and then I'm going to attach the LED strip to that L-shaped bracket so the LED faces down instead of facing backwards. But yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Really neat. You won't see any wires or anything. You're only gonna see this here, this pin right here, the controller. So you can change the colors if you want to. If you don't want to, just push it back in and keep it the color that you want. On a front side passenger, because I want to attach this with the zap strap. I'm gonna have to remove this panel. I have 2 screws and a plastic screw right here. You realize you won't be able to use a screwdriver, and that's why they use this plastic one instead. I have 2 more screws here. There's one more here. I drop this down, I disconnect my light. I don't need to do anything with this wire. I'm simply going to insulate the plug. You don't really have to, but I'll do it. Why not? So 18. There you go. 2 zap straps placed in such way that they don't block the LED lights. Because the wire wasn't long enough to reach the other side, I decided to cut the wire and extend it. So you know there are 4 wires because they are RGB, blue, red, green and black, which is positive. And now I can reach the other side. So I'm simply gonna hide the wire like this. This is a metal bar, and this double-sided tape glues really well to the metal. Pretty much That's it. I'm gonna do the same like on the other side. Have to change the angle on mine so that it illuminates the same as it does on the passenger side. And start the engine. When you drive, you are going to have lights. Let's change the color to blue. Okay, because this is a dimming feature, so when you start the engine, when you drive, the LED receives less power. Basically, those are going to turn white while you're driving. So when you open the doors, they are blue or any color you wish. Let's check green, red, yellow, orange, cyan, this is purple, white. But when you start the car, and you drive, for example, they are going to stay white. Including in the back. Yeah, so they have lights in the back too while driving. The only difference is that those are not going to be blue while driving. And then when you stop the car, going back to blue, close the door, they turn off. Lock the car, everything turns off. Open the car, everything turns blue. When you start the car, I'll actually turn white. No wonder this has something to do with the lighting. So I go on background lighting and then color brightness here, brightness. Oh, you can dim it down. Okay, that's interesting. So you can dim it down from here. From background lighting. So when you drive, if you think it's too bright, turn it down a bit. Yeah, so if you want to have it less while you're driving, now let's turn off. Open the door, then you have the full blue brightness no matter what. Yes, that's a good thing because you don't want them too bright while you're driving. There you go. You remember the settings.
so it's not that bright. Yeah, so if you want to have this to stay blue at all times, even when you're driving, I do recommend get an LED that only has blue, because you want to have all these colors, they always get mixed. And also the dimming feature is going to dim to white. Blue always dims to white in an RGB LED strip. I'm gonna show you a super cool feature on this Cupra. First of all, I didn't know how awesome the lights are. But this is not what I want to show you. If you leave your signal on, left or right, the back light and the front light will stay on. As you can see, this is the back light, that's the front light in the window right there. Even if you lock the vehicle is locked. This will stay on until you put it in neutral, like this. Now you can lock the vehicle. All the lights are off. Thank you for watching, guys.